so Disney started, Disney has sold pins since like they opened, since the dawn of time, right? But most of the pins that they used to have, like, they have, like, you know how now they have the little rubber Mickey back? They used to have like a clasp back. And then when, in 1999, for the Celebrate the Millennium, Disney started, in Disney World, they started the official Disney pin trading. And the next year it like went to Disneyland, and that's where it really like caught fire and it got really popular. And Disney does, for a while they were doing more of like pin themed things, pin trading nights, and what else do they have? What do they call them? Just pin events. But that was like back in the early days of the official pin trading. Now Disney World does a lot more pin trading. They both do pin trading nights where you can come, you can bring your pins, and you can trade with people. They have like boards, they're kind of like these ones. And they have all different kinds of pins on them. And you can trade with them. So you can trade, like the cast members wear their lanyards. They have lanyards that anyone can trade off, and then they have kid lanyards. Like if they're wearing a teal lanyard, that means that only guests under the age of 12 can trade with them. And I didn't know that, and so I tried to trade with one, and then I felt really stupid. So if you see a teal one, know that only kids can trade with them, okay?
Otherwise, do they have good pins?
They have terrible pins. In like the late, like 2008 is when I think like the fake pins really started coming over. There's, okay, so Disney makes pins, and then they make, they have some that don't pass like their quality control, and they're supposed to be thrown away. They're supposed to be like scrapped, but instead, people in China sell them. So they're official pins, they're just lower quality, you know, they didn't pass quality control. So those are scrappers. But there's also counterfeit pins that are just plain fake pins. And those are the ones that you buy in the pin lots from eBay, and they come in little plastic bags, and they look terrible. Those are just fake pins, they're scrappers, yeah. So it's a huge, huge industry, and I know next Friday, I think they're bringing they arrested 2 people because what they were doing is they were taking these legitimate pins like this, and they were sending them to China, and they were having like manufacturers in China recreate them and then sending them back here. And the reason they got found out is because Customs opened a bag for this guy that came in from China, and it was in LA, and they opened it, and it had 150 pounds of these fake Disney pins. So they went to his address and they arrested him. I mean, it was like this whole big sting thing. It was him and another guy, and this is like the first like official arrest, and he's going to court on Friday, I think, for his like, you know, starting the trial or whatever. So it's big business, the fakes and the stuff like that. So these are all limited edition pins, and those are the more like highly sought after pins. Wrapped pins, open edition pins, that's what you see when you go to Disneyland. They just have them right out on the racks. And those are pins that usually are not going to go up very much in value. So like this one right here, this is just a wrapped pin. You could just buy it. They made unlimited number of them. This one is a limited edition pin. You had to go, they sold it at a pin trading night, and there's 750 of these. And this one is also a limited edition pin, and there are only 150 of these. And if you feel it, it feels like sand. It's a really nice pin. It's one of my absolute favorites. I have this in my Jasmine collection. I started collecting Jasmine because I wanted to collect Giselle, but everyone said, oh, it's too hard, it's too hard. So I started collecting Jasmine, and I realized I didn't really love her that much. So then I go back to Giselle. And Disney makes all kinds of different pins. This one is a piece of Disney movie. So there's actually like, they cut it inside, and there's a piece that like from the a movie, what do you call it?
A cell.
Like a cell.
It's put down in Steamboat.
In that Steamboat Willie. And those are very highly sought after. Steamboat Willie one's not that much, but they have like tangled ones, and those sell for like $300. They're, if it's the right scene. Depends on the scene. Let's see. Up here, I don't know if you guys want to come up and look. Most of these up here are limited edition pins, and they come from all over. Imagineering sells some. These stained glass ones right here, those came from Imagineering. Those ones down there, those came from the UK. I have a pin friend in the UK, the Rapunzel and the Fairies. She got those from me from the UK. These ones are from Paris. This is a limited edition from Paris, and this is an open edition from Paris. This is the Pin Trader Delight. So if you go to Hollywood, you know how they have the soda fountain shop in Hollywood? If you buy a certain ice cream, it's a Pin Trader Sundae, it comes with a free limited edition pin. So Disney does, you know, I don't know if you know, like sometimes they do gift with purchase. So you buy something, you get something for $3 or whatever. So this is a gift with purchase pin. You buy the sundae, it's like $13, so it's not cheap. And you get this free pin, right? Some of these free pins, I have one, a Giselle one, is it on here? No. Some of them, they sell for $100. And so a lot of times pin traders are sneaky, like you're only allowed to get one per day per pin. So if it's a really popular character, they'll get tourists off the street and they'll be like, I'll buy you an ice cream if you want, like you can keep it, it's for free, but you have to give me the pin. And people will be like, okay, I know because I've done it. And so you just go and you keep the pin.
You've asked somebody to,
yeah, I have asked
you've
somebody.
bought them a sundae.
Actually, what I had them do is when I went, the ice cream shop was closed. So, but you could only buy one set of Thor pins. And I bought a set, Tony bought a set, so one to keep and one to trade, but my friend wanted a set and he couldn't get down there. So I needed to get another set. So I found these nice looking ladies who were in line for the movie, and I said, would you mind buying this for me? I said, you know, I have the cash, but I need you to actually buy it. And they were like, okay. And the cast members that were there gave me the stink eye for doing it, so I don't know if I lived there, if I could get the gumption up to do it all the time, but. So that's these. Yeah. And I dropped like $80 on pins, but they're worth more than that, you know, on the secondary market. Let's see. What?
The lady that was watching over here.
Oh, I could see that she was looking at me, but she was there. So these are like a set, and we're trying to complete it. But there's also like sets that, like every time we have an event, they release a series of 5. Or if they have a special event, then they'll just do like 1. But like these are new pins coming out this year. So every month they release 1 Disney princess perfume. So I don't remember, know if any of you saw, but like the Monsons went to Disneyland, and I was like, oh, can you get me this pin? So this is,
they got it.
yeah, they got it for me. So it was nice because, and then like if you have an annual pass, you can get a discount, you know. So they got it for me for cheap. So these are the newest. I have all 4 that they have. They have Ariel coming out next week. I got someone lined up to get me that. And then Merida's coming out after that, and then Rapunzel, and then we don't know, they haven't announced anything else. But so that's these pins. You can see, they usually, if they're limited edition, they'll say limited edition. And not all limited editions are going to be worth money, but most of them are going to at least be worth more than their retail value. The pins that you just buy in the store, the rack, the open edition pins, most of them, they don't not only keep their value, but they usually, it drops way down. They're probably like this one right here. Okay, so we bought this one from the store. We probably paid like $8 for it. I see it everywhere in my pin groups for $3 because it's still available. The price plummets. So unless it's something that fits your collection and you want, you're not
That's why I
gonna,
got it.
yeah, you're not really gonna make money off of it, or it's not gonna be worth, you know, anything, if that's why you're getting it.
Do you make money off your pins?
I
can't tell if that means yes or no. That laugh. It's like, I have no money, or I have a ton of money.
Well, I could sell my pins and make money, but I prefer to trade them.
We've sold in order to invest in other pins.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Or
but-
you know, we overbought, and there's the soda fountain that I was telling you at Disney in Hollywood. Those pins are worth a lot of money. There's a set. It's called Beloved Tales, and I think I do have one. And they're just these circular pins, and
They're really cool ones.
they're really cool. They have like one of almost every movie. There's a Mary Poppins one. There's Three
Lion King,
Caballeros. There's Lion King.
is awesome.
There's Snow White. There's Dumbo. The Dumbo one sells for like $230. They were originally $12, 12 plus tax.
And like Snow White, probably like 500.
Wow.
Lion King 500.
Yeah. Some of them. This one's probably only worth about $100.
No, yeah.
It came out last April. So some of them, they don't even have to be that old to be worth money. Though there's supposed to be scented cards, but I never smell any.
If they come out with a Frozen one today.
Yeah, if they come out with a Frozen one and you guys are in Hollywood, please get it for me. Because I'll never
And
know.
get it for yourself. 'Cause
Yeah, get as many as you can. So when the Frozen pins came out, you didn't bring the Frozen pins.
It was too risky.
The Frozen, okay. So
And
they
the
had.
Legos.
So the Frozen pins came out, and I think there's 6 of them from the soda fountain. And somebody was like, I have 2 of them. I'll sell them to you for $150 for 2. And I was just like,
Gas.
You should have said yes. You did say
I
yes.
did say yes. And I felt so stupid. How am I paying $150
Now they're
for
worth.
2 stupid pins?
Now they're worth.
The crap, so one of them was the one that I wanted, and the other one I didn't want at all because it was crap. But he would only sell them together and only for $150. So the crap one that I didn't want is selling steadily for $115 right now. And the one that I did want, the Elsa one, is,
Which was a surprise release.
yeah, I was
They
surprised.
always
It wasn't
like put out a
announced.
map and it says this will be what's coming out, and then they always have a surprise. release.
Not always.
Well, not
sometimes,
always, but
sometimes they've had a surprise release Elsa. That one is, if you can find it for $230, grab it because you're
Wow.
not, yeah. So I felt really stupid paying $150 for those 2 pins, but yeah. So I'm just trying to decide if I should sell them or not right now, actually, because
I wanted to sell them.
It will.
You can't-
You can't get more popular.
No.
that's why I feel it can't get more popular, but also I'll probably never be able to have them again. So like Rapunzel, hugely popular. Hugely popular.
For a little bit, I was collecting Up, and then I forget why, but I decided to sell them. And like the Up Beloved Tales, like that one was like, if you can get it for $200, you'd be like, yo, snap it up right now. But I sold them, but it's a hugely popular.
Yeah.
Because it's hard because sometimes like a collection like that, if you wanted to like really get serious into it, like it's like they're so expensive to obtain.
Yeah.
Everything you
pins of
want.
it. Yeah. So it's
So like, so this one, so I collect Giselle Enchanted. She's really, really hard, just like Rapunzel. Who else is really hard? Stitch can be really hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the Stitch dressed as someone is a really popular
Yeah.
thing.
So like these jumbos, they're like $100 worth each. But this one right here, this one is $300 at least. Like, so I have some really, so when you wear a high-end lanyard like this, we call them peacock lanyards, because really you're showing off. You're not going to trade with anybody, you know what I mean? So,
Where did you get it?
the lanyard, I had it specially made for Giselle.
And then that's why we also, like, with those that are your, like, collection that we're keeping, we put them with our
Yeah.
pin locking backs, not the Mickey hat backs, because, you know, they lock on and you can swing them and they're not.
But then some things are really hard, not because they're super popular, but because they're not very popular, and who knows what happened to them. So I collect Peter and the Wolf because I love Peter and the Wolf. I'm only missing 2 pins, and then I will be a completist. I will have every single Peter and the Wolf pin. They're really hard to get because when I tell people I collect Peter and the Wolf, some people don't know who it is. I tell them like, oh, I want like the Pin Trainer Delight is always a character eating ice cream. So I said, oh, I really want one of these. Why would you want one of those? I said, because this is what I collect. I love Peter and the Wolf. So I'm only missing 2. I'm missing a pin of the wolf and then a pin that looks exactly like this except it's in color. And only 2 pins are missing. So if you see either of those, please snatch it from me. Yes.
But also too, what you find, a lot of the serious pin collectors aren't real Disney fans.
Oh, did it fall off?
Yeah, it's right there. Like where they say they don't know
It was
who Peter
really
the Wolf is, or they don't know the characters or whatever like that. Like they just know like what
The ones that are worth
are
more.
popular.
Yeah.
and
So
stuff.
like, it's funny because like a lot of pin traders, they're not really big Disney fans.
Yeah.
And so like that's hard for us to grasp. Because hello, you know.
Why would you be doing it otherwise?
Right. But for a lot of people, it's just a collectible hobby like anything else. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money to be made.
Yeah.
If you're willing to sell.
You have to be willing to sell. I mean, there's resellers out there. There's sharks out there. Okay, so when I first started with pins, I was very intimidated because the pin traders are mean, nasty, rude people. And so I was very, very intimidated by them. And I had these pins, right?
Yeah.
And I bought
I was gonna
these.
say, make sure you show them
I
now.
bought these at WDI, Mickey's of Glendale, right? And the highest one is an LE 250. There's only 250 of these pins, some of these
Any
pins.
one of them.
And the lowest one, like this one, there's only 150 total, right? So I took my pins to Disneyland because I thought, oh, I want to trade with people. I see people do it all the time, and I got sharked badly. I ended up trading this pin that I had to get back, and it was very hard for me to get back. I traded this pin.
Oh,
No,
not for
that's
the
a-
rack pin.
That's a small
For this
world.
The rack pin.
The rack. So this pin that you have to be a cast member, you have to be a cast member who has access to Mickey's of Glendale to even buy it. It's in a blind box, so you don't know what you're buying. It's Small World, which is hugely popular. And I traded it for a rack jasmine pin because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I had.
That was a limited edition of 200.
So I didn't want to trade the guy though. I said, oh, I like your pin. And he was like, oh, you know, it's really nice, isn't it? They're very, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah. And he said, I'll trade you for that one. And I said, no, I like that, but I don't have an extra, I don't have a double of it. Which even if I did have a double, it would have been a dumb trade because it was worth so much more. But he pressured me into trading it, and I did. And I traded another one that I still haven't been able to get back.
Which is the spot next to it, which is Alice Teacups.
Yeah, thanks for rubbing it in.
Oh, so is
It's
there
so
3
hard.
more on the bottom that you need also, or that's
Yeah.
a complete set?
Right now,
No.
so these
These are the original, the very first set they ever did.
they ever did, and we were not into pins, so we only bought 2
Yeah.
pins.
We bought one for each of us. And they're in blind boxes, so we didn't know what we were going to get. We opened, oh, they're 2 different ones. Hooray! Yay! That's it.
But we've got, let's say this 1, 2, 3, 4.
So we got up there, and the lady says, how? We bought just merchandise like T-shirts and crap. And we get up there, and the lady's like, how many pins do you want? And we're like, pins? Oh, okay. We'll take, 2. And she's like, 2 for each of you? And we're like, no, just 2, 1 for each of us. Like, okay, crazy lady.
Yeah.
You know, if I could go back in time, I would be a
So
lot.
how did you get in there that day?
D23 had a free event. It was totally free to go, and it was a shopping day. So we were like the only ones that that were there, like trying on t-shirts and, you know, the lunchbox that I bought
Phineas is
for
one of the talking bills.
the lunchbox that I bought for the,
Because,
you know what I mean?
it's like, it looks
The
just like
Christmas thing,
this
is
one.
because you can't get that merchandise anywhere else.
Okay.
Because
And
this
it
is
was
one
a
of the
free thing,
striking
all you
bills.
had to do was show up
And the other
and
one is
buy stuff. You didn't have to buy,
It's a
but
part
then
of
it was
this
pin
set.
trading. And everyone
And then-
else was a pin trader, but us, we just did it now. Too new.
Phineas goes on this set, and then Figment, and then I have Chip, which is what they call the chaser pin, sorry,
No, it's okay.
which is a LE 150, and that's on its way in the mail to me right now.
Well, because the pin traders are so intimidating, I stuck with
Chip, like
trading
Chip and Dale.
with
It's like
cast
Dale
members
is the chaser.
for a long
and
time.
another
Like
set.
cast
So Chip
members,
is-
a lot of people, they go on eBay, they buy pins for pennies that are fake, and they know they're fake. They're not like Angela, who just, oh cool, you know, they know that they're fake. And then they go to Disneyland and they wait for somebody to say, oh cool, and they go inside, you know, they buy brand new, nice, legit pens. They go to the cast member, they trade it, then there are the sharks behind them. They wait until they leave, and then they trade junk, fake, cheap, nasty pins for the legit pins. So like the cast member lanyards are full of just fake pins for people that do that.
So they follow like legit people around that.
Right. They tourists that don't know.
Right.
I have not. I would love to.
You want a shark someday?
Well, I haven't. No, I would never. I know I haven't ever done that. I do have, told you I have some pins from the UK. I have a pin friend in the UK, and we trade pins and candy, which they have, you know, stuff we don't have, and we have stuff they don't have. And so, the first time I ever traded with her, I traded her pins, like, I took less from her than I was giving her, you know. But I was new at trading, and I had never traded like internationally before, and so I wanted to, you know, make a good impression. And so I said, you know, I can buy you American candy. She's oh cool, I'll send you British candy then. And so, you know, I wanted to make a good impression, and so I under traded for her, right? Well, a couple of weeks after that, the UK came out with the frozen pins that the US got too, but they screwed up the release online. I was up in the middle of the night for hours trying to get the pin, and I couldn't get it. And then I went to sleep about 3, and about 5 a.m. is when they released the rest of them, so I didn't get it. Well, they had like some in the UK, well she got one. And because I had under traded with her last time, she traded me a pin that I paid $10 for a pin that right now is worth almost $200.